All right, what's going on, guys? SteelTwins back at you with another mock draft.
Absolutely, man. As you guys can tell by the title, this is another 3-round mock draft, man. Wow. Let's just say this might be probably our most controversial. You could say it's a little unrealistic, but I think it is entirely realistic, and I think it's something that the Steelers could definitely consider. Do I think it's something that the Steelers will do? Absolutely not. But I think it's something that they should definitely consider. Steelers trade Antonio Brown and Sean Davis to the New York Jets. I think you guys know where this is going. For Jamal Adams and the 68th overall pick, which is a pretty early third-round pick. And what are you doing?
You see what I'm doing there?
Oh,
you see what I'm doing there?
Yeah. A few things. That was kind of funny. A few things. Sean Davis. We really like Sean Davis. We are a huge fan of Sean Davis. We think that he is a very underrated player on our secondary. I'd even consider him one of our best players on our secondary. He might as well be coming off his best season of his young career.
Yeah.
If anything, that could increase his stock. And the way I see it, the Jets need a number 1 receiver because, yes, Robbie Anderson is good. I don't really see him as the number 1. He's the number 2, plus he's becoming a free agent this year, so who knows? They might even lose him. They just signed Quincy Enunwa, but I don't see him as a number 1.
No, he's more of a slot guy, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's a slot guy at best, in my opinion. They don't have a determined number 1. Sam Darnold has no targets. They need a wide receiver. Antonio Brown can be that wide receiver easily.
Exactly.
And if we trade for Jamal Adams, which obviously would completely just help our secondary completely.
Especially at the safety position.
Right.
Because me personally, I still think that we do have a bit of an issue at safety.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Now, I like the Sean Davis-Terrell Edmunds duo. I think they can be a very good duo in the future if we stick with them in the long run, which I would not complain about whatsoever. But you compare Sean Davis and Jamal Adams, I mean, who are you going to take?
Shit!
For
Jamal fucking Adams. And the way I see it, since Adam Gase is their new head coach, I mean, he's traded fucking players from the Dolphins away for fucking pennies.
No,
Jay Ajayi to the fucking Eagles for a 4th rounder.
He traded, I think he traded what? Jarvis Landry for a 4th and a 7th rounder or some. He basically traded him for a bag of air.
Exactly. Adam Gase is known for trading some of the. And you've seen how the fuck those two players have done. Jay Ajayi helped the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Jarvis Landry gave the Browns the best season they had since 2010.
Right, along with Baker Mayfield, but that's gonna be a crazy duo. But that's another story.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Adam Gase, he's known for trading fucking the top players away.
Right, I don't know what is up with.
So offering Antonio Brown for Jamal Adams, I mean, like, come on.
And plus, they would replace Jamal Adams with someone who's still young and fresh and hungry, and Sean Davis. Now again, is this possible? I think it is. I think it entirely is for Antonio Brown and Sean Davis, definitely. Antonio Brown alone, I mean, you may disagree, that's fine. And the way I see it, Jamal Adams is not only going to be one of the most up and rising safeties in this league. I mean, he was just given his first career Pro Bowl. But the way I see it, he can shut down tight ends. He did it with Gronk. Granted, Gronk kind of had a down year this year, but he definitely shut down Gronk.
Exactly. He's a guy that can easily read those tight ends.
Yeah. And I would incredibly love to see Jamal Adams in the black and gold.
Without a doubt.
Number 33 on that secondary alongside of a young Terrell Edmunds. That would be fucking fresh.
It would be.
That would be
freakish.
Yeah, it would be. Again, is it unrealistic? Maybe. But I think it's completely realistic. I think it's something that Steelers should definitely consider.
I think it's possible.
Now, let's be honest. Do we think that's going to happen? Do we think the Steelers are actually going to make a move like that? Absolutely not.
No, I don't think so.
But it's possible. I think it's something that they definitely need to consider. Someone like Jamal Adams, who is young and fresh and hungry and definitely one of the best up-and-rising safeties in this league, I think it's someone we definitely have to take a shot at. Exactly. And with Adam Gase's poor history, I mean, it's something that we could definitely take advantage of.
I think we should.
Yeah, seriously.
I really do.
Seriously. I mean, that's just my opinion.
And we also get the 68th overall pick from the Jets. There's one of their third-round picks.
Right, because they have 2. So, I mean, it's not like they would be without a third-round pick. So, but, with the 20th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Mack Wilson, inside linebacker from Alabama. We still have an inside linebacker issue. Obviously, when it comes to sideline speed, a little bit of tackling, obviously covering. So, you bring in Mack Wilson, who just declared for the draft, and someone I think could definitely be there at 20. I mean, I think that's a no-brainer if he's there.
Yeah, really. I mean, I think cornerback is our main issue, but if a guy like Mack Wilson is there, I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Mack Wilson.
It's just really hard to pass up on someone like Mack Wilson.
Exactly. In my opinion, Mack Wilson reminds me a lot of Deion Jones.
Really?
He really does.
Interesting.
I really think he is like a Deion Jones like player. I really do.
I can see it.
A guy that can tackle, stop the run, cover those tight ends.
Very physical, very fast.
Great in coverage, can cover up that middle. Can be a team leader on this defense. I really think so.
Now, yes, the Steelers don't have the Steelers rarely draft Bama players. So I mean that might be a little bit of an issue. I mean, the way I see it though, I mean the only reason why Steelers rarely draft Alabama players is because one, Alabama is so good that most of their players aren't available by the time we pick, and two, that most of them have issues.
Exactly.
So,
but with our pick being the 20th, which is a lot lower than we usually are throughout the past four years,
right.
I think he can actually be there. I think he can easily be there.
Oh, yeah.
I really do.
And if he's there, I mean, yes, corner is the number one priority, but if he's there, it's hard to pass him up. So, Mack Wilson.
If guys like Byron Murphy and DeAndre Baker are gone, I don't think we should reach for a corner. That could be reasonably a second-round
that would
pick.
be an Artie Burns-like mistake again.
Exactly. So why not fix the issue with inside linebacker with a guy like Mack Wilson that could very well be there? You can't pass up on that.
Right.
You can't. You cannot pass up on any talented fucking. You pass up on fucking Miles Jack
Yeah.
for Artie Burns. You can't do it again this year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can't. You can't.
Yeah, seriously. So Mack Wilson at 20th, if he's there, I think it's a no-brainer. Seriously.
And with the 52nd overall pick, we select Amani Oruwariye, cornerback out of Penn State.
Yeah, this is one guy that we've been extremely high on for a while now. This guy has the potential to possibly be I honestly think he has the potential to be a first rounder, but I can definitely see him falling to the second round with the depth that they have at corner, or that this upcoming draft has.
Yeah, and the defensive backs in general, like the defensive backs in this year's draft, are absolutely incredibly, stocked.
Right. So I can definitely see Oruwariye lasting to the 52nd pick in the second round, and we obviously need a corner issue, and that's where we address it in the second round. And Oruwariye, man, now, yes, the Steelers have a very poor history of developing corners or defensive backs in recent years, but Tom Bradley is our defensive backs coach. He did come from Penn State, and Oruwariye is from Penn State. I think you guys know where that's going. So
right.
That's a pretty nice mix. Honestly, I think that could be a very nice duo, and could just spell greatness for Oruwariye in this uniform. Plus, he's got some nice size to him, good speed. He's very physical. He's a decent ball hawk.
He's a fantastic press corner.
Yeah, he is. Nice tackler as well. This guy's got all the tools to be a very nice corner in this league.
Yeah, if he makes a mistake, he has great catch-up speed.
Yeah, he does.
That's something that we incredibly lack at,
yes.
catch-up speed. He has that.
And he has incredible hustle and pursuit and effort in everything he does.
Exactly.
Something you rarely see from corners nowadays, man. You see a corner fuck up, they just stop. This guy, he don't stop. This guy keeps going, man. He don't give up on anything.
Yeah, he's a bowler.
He is. So Oruwariye in the Steelers uniform in black and gold, I think that's a nice mix. And you pair him up with a Jamal Adams, Joe Hayden opposite of him. Hopefully we resign Mike Hilton. Then you got Terrell Edmunds. That's a very young and experienced and stacked secondary, if you ask me.
Yep, absolutely.
And with the Jets' third round pick, the 68th pick in the 2019 NFL draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Connor McGovern, guard out of Penn State, another Penn State guy. Simply put, we kind of need to fix the guard position, because even if we resign Ramon Foster or B.J. Finney, we're still going to need depth. We're still going to need some sort of youth there. We're going to need another guy at the left guard position. And he can not only play left, he can play left guard, right guard, he can play center as well. Ramon Foster, like we said, he might be on his way out, but even if we resign him, we're still going to need someone young. B.J. Finney, I really like B.J. Finney. I think he has potential to be a nice starter for us in this league, but again, we're still going to need depth. We're still going to need youth at the position.
Yeah, and you also got to think with B.J. Finney, he's getting up to age as well. I think he's like 27, 28 years old.
Yeah, so I don't think he's that old. But
he might be that old.
Yeah, he is getting up there a little bit.
Well, we're going to need some young depth.
Yeah,
and a possible replacement for Foster.
We're going to need young blood, seriously. And with, what's his name, Sean Sarrett coming into the offensive line, being promoted to offensive line coach since Mikey Monchek is unfortunately gone. I think him and Sean Sarrett can have a decent relationship. He can definitely develop him and build him up a little bit and be another nice guard for this team, for this offense.
I believe so.
And it would be a great way to keep this offensive line young, seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
I think it could work for the 68th pick.
This guy's got incredible run blocking. He's not too bad in the his pass blocking could be a little bit improved, but I think that's where Sarek can definitely work his magic. That he hopefully adapted from Munchak, but his run blocking is very nice, and if we're able to establish a rushing game more often and run the ball a lot more, I think that's where he'll thrive, and I think that's where our offense will thrive altogether.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Now with our second third-round pick, the 83rd overall pick, we select Little Jordan Humphrey, wide receiver out of Texas.
First of all, I just want to say that this guy has the greatest name of all time. Little Jordan Humphrey. That is I don't care what anyone says. He has the greatest name of all time. But don't let that fool you. He is a fucking baller, man. Honestly, you may think I'm reaching here. This guy reminds me a little bit of Larry Fitzgerald.
Really?
You know, he's got. Now I don't think there will never be another Larry Fitzgerald. There will never be another Larry Legend. But this guy reminds me, especially when it comes to his rack yardage and his run after catch and his yards after catch and everything. This guy is incredibly explosive and he's very fun to watch when it comes to that. And that's what Larry Fitzgerald thrived in his career. Plus, he had incredible hands, and that's what Humphrey has. He has some very nice hands. He has some decent route running. He has nice height, 6'4". He's actually got a little bit of speed to him. You know, he can go up there and get them contested 50-50 balls.
Exactly.
He's very nice on the sideline. He makes a lot of NFL-type catches on the sideline, which means that he's almost ready at the NFL pro level.
Exactly.
We could definitely use to not only replace Antonio Brown, but be another threat opposite of Juju.
Exactly.
And of course, Washington.
And you know how Ben loves tall receivers.
Of course. And that's where this guy can fit. Now, some of you guys may say, he kind of looks like Sammy Coates. He kind of runs like Sammy Coates. He kind of acts like a little bit like Sammy Coates. I disagree. This guy, yeah, he may look a little bit like Sammy Coates. And that's probably due to the dreadlocks and everything. But this guy is a much better Sammy Coates.
Oh, absolutely.
He is a much better Sammy Coates, man. He's got, first of all, he's taller than him. I think he's faster than him. He's definitely got better hands. His yards after catch is very impressive and much better than Sammy Coates. I think this guy can be a much better, definitely much better Sammy Coates for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, little Jordan Humphrey in the third round to replace Antonio Brown. We all know Steelers love them receivers. We know they like to draft receivers early, and we know they can develop receivers incredibly. Now, very rarely do they have a negative at wide receiver. You know, guys like Sammy Coates and Lima Swede, just to name a few off the top of my head, haven't really developed to be good receivers for the Steelers. So very rarely do the Steelers suck at developing receivers.
Yeah, do they rarely fail at developing wide receivers?
Right, and little Jordan Humphrey, who is honestly way ahead of his age, in my opinion. You know, he's very underrated. He's very talented for his age, and I think he's NFL pro level ready, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just me. Plus, his name is real cool. I would like to have little Jordan on the Steelers opposite of Juju. I mean, Juju and little Jordan. I mean, that's a nice mixture if you ask me.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
this guy's a fucking stud. This guy has all the potential in the world to be the next great wide receiver in the league.
Yes, he does. And I think him with the Steelers, like I say, he's 6'4", decent speed, nice hands, decent route running, yards after catch. It's fun to watch. I think he has nice tools to be another great Steelers receiver for the Steelers and for the NFL, of course.
Yeah.
So, anyway, guys, that's our 3-round mock. Let us know your guys' thoughts and comments below. Again, we'll be back with another mock soon, so look forward to that. Otherwise, see you in the next one.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!